I attempted to do a jam with a band when I was 17,
Right.
but I was actually too scared to sing in front of the band members. So when you can't do that, you can't sing in front of an audience either.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was a bit shy in those days, and it wasn't until I was 22 that I actually joined a band and started playing.
How did you overcome that fear? Was it a specific mindset or?
What I did first of all, I made sure that we got no gigs in Campbelltown,
Right.
no gigs in the area where I lived.
Yep.
So therefore, it was easier because it was people who didn't know me, I didn't know them, because I was very self-conscious,
Yes.
and that gave that gradually gave me confidence because I didn't have to worry about anybody I knew seeing me,
Yep.
and that over a period of time, I mean, I had to get to that first, didn't I? I had to get to
Yeah.
that
Yeah. And
from not singing
that's,
in front of a band to that.
yeah.
How did I do that? I mean, it was 5 years later. Like, I mean, so
Okay.
5 years had gone from when I first tried
Yep.
and just went, I can't do it until I joined a band.
Yeah. Well,
So that 5 year period, I'd grown older and just experienced in life
yep.
working, like going to having a job, working. So I think all your circumstances come together. It's not just a matter of um, being in a band or being on stage. Talking to people in general, uh, meeting more people because of work, all that kind of thing, and gets you out of yourself. And then it's just another one little step and another one little step, and then finally you can sing with a band,
Yep.
but not where you live. And then after a while, it was okay. I'll chum in Campbelltown. But then it was after a while I started getting the confidence and started, which I didn't never thought of this for the first few years that I was singing, but it then became, you know what, I'm not a bad singer,
Yep.
because in the first few years, never crossed my mind. But then when you give yourself confidence, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily somebody else coming up and saying, no, you did really well, although some people did. You had to tell yourself, I had to tell myself, you know what, you're doing really good. You're
Yep.
singing really well.
Yep.
And, I was still nervous going on stage. Um, but now I don't really get nervous.
Yeah.
As long as all the technical stuff is going well,
Yeah.
I just do my thing.
Yes.
I just sing. And I normally got really good musicians around me, and I know they know their stuff. Which always breeds confidence.
Yeah.
And that was one little step at a time. And I think that's how I did it. And then it didn't matter. And then of course the big thing for me was to do the Gimme Ted concerts when Ted was
Yes.
sick. That was huge because not only was the house full for 2 nights, like playing in front of 1,500 people each night. So not only was it big, but all the musicians around me were big.
Yes.
They were all well-known musicians from the very late '60s. Sebastian Hardy was there. John English obviously sang with was there with Sebastian Hardy. So I was singing in front of John English. I was singing in front of the Radios. I was singing in front of Sherbet. I was singing in front of like these.
It was huge.
There was all these bands, and I just had to go out. I only had 3 songs to sing,
Yeah.
but I had to nail them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the band didn't rehearse. Like I hadn't rehearsed with TMG.
Wow.
We arrived at the venue. Hi guys. Did a sound check, and we did the 3 songs in the sound check, and the guys went, "Yep, that'll do." Packed up and walked off, and I'm there going, you know, never played with them before, and this is my brother's band, so it's a big deal for me anyway. And then we went and played on the night, and it went really well. Everything again went well. Technical went well. Great musicians
Yeah.
um, in the band, and the crowd were great because they were there for a purpose,
Yes.
and it was that helped my confidence a lot too,
Yeah.
uh, doing that.
Great.
But I'd already been singing 18 years by the time that concert. You know what I mean? Like that was 18
Yeah.
years of
Absolutely.
experience before I got to that.
Yeah.
So I was probably very slow developer.